Alright, welcome back. So here we are at 5.5. Now, they say reuse your solution from 5.4 as your starter file. Now I'm going to copy my code from before, Control A, Control V. Here's where we left off. There's my wording where I changed this. Shift items which are to the right of the target down by one position. And there's that little thing that hung me up for so long on that previous video. So what is it they want us to do in this one? Well, essentially we want to be able to copy the code that we're dealing with. Copy it, create another instance of it. So we're going to have a clone method. Alright, with that said, let's move up. I want to go and I want to put an accessor in here. And our accessor, I'm going to put it right in here, in between add and equivalent. So with that said, give us a little space, tab in, I'm going to define it as clone. And it's just going to receive self, because we're essentially just making a copy of itself. And this thing returns a copy of self. Now, we're going to return linked bag self. Now, I'm already realizing I'm making a bit of a mistake here. So what I want to do is I'm going to cut out what I just did. Let's back up. So that's the array bag. That's what we worked on last time. They want us working over here on this linked bag. Let's come down to that same position. And here we are. Returns copy of self. We'll come down. Return linked bag self. I just want to return a copy of myself, but that's what happens if this thing gets called. But we need a little bit more than just that. That's saying, yeah, make it happen, but there is no real work taking place. Now the work, that's going to be over here in the array bag. So in array bag, we're going to have what I just started to do before. And now I'm over on array bag, not linked bag. Back in this same spot, go ahead, I'm going to put the same thing in there, but in here, it's return array bag self. Now, it's uppercase A because we're calling the constructor, which is, in this instance, is defaulted to the smaller, the larger A. So, is that all we have to do? Let's test and see if it's happy with that. And if not, we'll figure out what else do we have to do. Well, it's okay with the linked bag. It's good there, but the array bag part of it, it has a problem with. Well, here's where my problem is. I didn't overwrite the code. I apparently pasted it at the end. Let me get rid of those 100 some odd lines of code that I had there that didn't need to be there. And make sure I added my clone line. Let's run checks now. And now it ran fine. So it was just a copy paste issue with my array bag code coming from before. The only thing we really did in here, we grabbed the code from before, pasted it over, or overwrote it, and then added that little call. That's it. Essentially, that's it. Okay. We did the same thing over on linked bag. Grab both of these files, array bag and linked bag, because we're going to need both of those files moving forward. There's that one, and then I've got this one copied as well. Alright, it's fairly short, to the point. It's good when those things come together like that. So, see you in the next one. As I said, the only issue that existed that caused this thing to not run was the fact that I didn't overwrite the code from the previous one. I technically pasted it at the end. So I've got all my stuff down here from before, my add and remove. Okay, so I will see you in the next one.